Hello again, I am Blunty, and if you're hopping on to the launch of New World Aeternum, you'll be needing to pick a server to play on. And there's a pretty important decision you'll be making within that, and one that might restrict you or even keep you from earning special in-game rewards, so listen up. In a video late last week, I went over a bunch of super useful info, need-to-know stuff for new players, and a little for returning lapsed players too. But at the end of that video, I talked about servers in some detail, so I won't burn down to the bone on that again here. But we do need to do the short version. And if you feel like you need more context for how servers work, the other vid is linked in the down below. But before we get rolling on that, for your convenience, here is when the servers for Aeternum open up on localized time zones. And if you're interested, I do plan to stream my own fresh start over on the Purple platform, which is off my usual streaming schedule, which is basically just the weekends, so heads up on that. I'll be announcing when I go live over on Twitter, but at least on day one, I'll be there just before servers open, right down here in Aussieland. Now, here comes the meat, including how you can earn special platform-specific rewards for your new character, and the one weird thing you might do which would lock you out of getting those in-game rewards at all. So, short version of the server situation. Any pre-existing characters PC users have on worlds will now be considered to be living on legacy worlds. They are staying around, not being deleted or wiped or anything, but you can't transfer characters on those to the new servers, which are now being called standard worlds. And they are going to be purely for fresh starts and new characters only, so everyone has a fair go, and no pre-existing massive companies and whatnot can dominate territories unfairly or be monster jackasses in PvP events in the zone or whatnot. Everybody starting off at level 1, fair's fair. And those new standard worlds are multi-platform, mixing PlayStation, Xbox, and PC players seamlessly. But there is a subtype of standard world that will isolate console players to only playing with people on the exact same console that they are playing on. So, PlayStation users only with PlayStation users, Xbox only with Xbox. They are not console-only servers. They're not just there for console players, they're there for a specific console platform only. And it's here where we start getting into the weeds. The devs really do not want people carving themselves out and away from the mass player base by isolating themselves to single platform only servers, which of course are guaranteed to have lower populations just by virtue of being isolated to only a fraction of the total player base, and of course they will shrink faster over time because naturally again you're only dealing with a fraction of the players to choose from on any given server or several servers, and there's less players to potentially fill them back up over time, either with new players or with transfers from other servers. Now, I couldn't find the original quote with a little lazy Googling at least. I'm sure I could with a little more effort, but it doesn't really matter for the sake of the argument here. But I've seen it repeated in dedicated player community spaces that the console-only servers only even exist at all, kind of against the devs' wishes, because Sony and or Microsoft require them to exist. Some sort of weird platform licensing thing, I don't know. If this is true, I would bet on the notoriously arrogant, petty, and insular Sony being to blame for this choice. Because Microsoft are generally very positive towards multi-platform stuff. They brag about their stuff being multi-platform, especially when it comes to PC and Xbox stuff, for example, obviously. And it certainly seems like a likely explanation because Amazon games obviously do not want people using these isolated servers. And we know this because of two big factors that they're using to keep people away from them. These PlayStation or Xbox only servers are not even shown by default in the server selection screen when you set up a character. A user must deliberately go into the options and find the opt out of crossplay option to even see the servers that are platform isolated in the first place. They are not shown by default to any player. And aside from hiding these servers from just regular players, secondly, they're not just making it more fiddly to join console isolated servers, but they're actively rewarding players for using the cross-platform ones. And within these rewards, they're explicitly even highlighting the fact that it's multi-platform, celebrating it even. Just to celebrate launch, they're doing a little reward system tied to community achievement challenges over a few weeks, which are all color-coded for each respective platform. Green for Xbox, blue for PlayStation, red for PC. These are cosmetic rewards, skins. There's an armor set in there. There's house decorations and general use transmog tokens, which is something that within the game is a rare drop you would otherwise have to buy with real money to do transmog stuff for your fashion points. And all of these are things that people playing on console isolated servers cannot earn. These are exclusive to the regular, normal, standard worlds. So, here's how that works. Trials of Aeternum is what they're calling it. Greetings, adventurers! A cursed island plagued by mystery awaits in the Trials of Aeternum in-game event. Embark on a thrilling journey with challenges spanning the shores to Shattered Mountain when a new world Aeternum launches on October the 15th. In pursuit of rumored riches, you'll join forces with your fellow PC, PlayStation 5, or Xbox Series X and S adventurers and turn weekly achievements into highly coveted exclusive rewards themed around the foundations of Aeternum. Forest Green rewards for our brave Xbox adventurers, River Blue rewards for our daring PlayStation 5 adventurers, and Mountain Red rewards for our fearless PC adventurers. This 3-week-long event will feature themed challenges designed to guide your team through the supernatural secrets, threats, and fortunes lurking across Aeternum. As you grow in power, you can track your team's challenges, progress, and hard-earned spoils on the dedicated Trials of Aeternum page. The island's increasingly savage supernatural cycle is not for the faint of heart, but it favors those who seek opportunity. Conquer the Trials of Aeternum to seize yours. So, in week 1, they've got the Xbox colors as an example here, but these will be in the alternate colors for the other platforms, of course. The shipwreck was only your first step into the clutches of an island lost to time. Navigate Aeternum's strange inhabitants, hone your skills, and pursue perilous opportunities as you explore a vast, beautiful world. Every arrive challenge will be revealed at the start of week 1. For example, complete an expedition. Depending on your team, you received Forest Green, yada, 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 yada. So we get these rewards at the end of each week as long as the challenges are met, and they probably will be fairly straightforward to meet, let's face it. So you get a tool skin set, 2 transmog tokens, very valuable, Rapier skin, Ice Gauntlet skin, Warhammer skin, Bow skin, Flail skin, 10 skin dies, hello, new Voidbend armor set, and they're doing special content creator code giveaways too, which is outside the purview of this video, but we'll glance on it briefly at the end. So there we go. So you've got skins for all the different weapon types, dies, transmog tokens, and yeah, it's all looking pretty cool there. I quite like the hammer one there. We see these sort of jade slabs on the end of it. I quite like that. I do like playing hammer too. Hatchet looks awesome. So, week 2, we've got the blue example, the PlayStation Chapel, and again, these will just be different coloured depending on the platform of your choice. These are pretty cool too. I do like that blunderbuss, that's quite nice. And there's even a bed here for decorations. So, 2 transmog tokens, Sword skin, Void Gauntlet skin, Great Axe skin, Blunderbuss skin, Round Shield skin, Captain's Bed housing item. So yeah, not sure I love that bed. I like my beds to be a bit simpler, frankly. But, you know, still pretty cool for the decoration style choice type people. Week 3, same kind of deal again. We got different skins for the other weapons we didn't cover in week 2 there. So again, we've got transmog tokens, hatchet skin, lifestyle skin, spear skin, musket skin, kite shield skin, glowing eyes helmet skin, and that one's going to be pretty cool too. Especially if you're on PC, because red glowing eyes are obviously cooler than other colored blue glowing eyes and green glowing eyes. Come on, red looks fiercer, right? So as far as the content creator stuff goes, they'll have some hand-picked, pet content creators. They'll be streaming, obviously, and giving away skins for different stuff and things. I'll leave you to your own devices to look up and figure out that. But yeah, same kind of deal. They've got codes for special skins and stuff. So here we are on the fact. Again, if you're not on the new servers, new regular multiplayer servers, you don't get any of these. So if you're on a legacy server, that's the old PC servers, obviously, no. You don't get those. Standard console-only worlds are not eligible. No. And as far as how teams work, all players, regardless of the server, will split into 3 teams. So your team is basically just your platform. That's how that works. You don't have to join a special team. You don't have to make a group or anything like that. It's just your team is considered whatever platform you're playing on, and it's cooperative. So you're not fighting Xbox players for this. Everyone works together in a given team towards the same challenges. Each team will have their own individual progress. If adventurers on PC unlock a weekly reward first, and adventurers on PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, the adventurers on PlayStation 5 or Series X are still eligible to unlock that reward when all relevant challenge milestones are completed. So, basically, if PC users, get there first, and they're the first to reach the reward unlock, conditions, it doesn't lock anyone else out. It's just kind of a bit of friendly competition. And at the end of each week, all those rewards will unlock, again, depending on whether you met the conditions for it. So, that's a pretty attractive incentive to play on multi-platform servers. So here's my advice to those of you, like the few people that left comments to this effect on my previous video, who already plan on going console-only servers for whatever reason. Don't do that. Just join the regular, normal multi-platform servers with the rest of us instead, just like I originally advised. Not only because they will be healthier servers in the long run, just by virtue of the fact that they have access to the greatest percentage of the active player base, but because you have access to, rewards like this as well. Or, at the very least, even if you don't like the idea of multi-platform servers, just play there first. That way, you get access to the rewards, you get access to the most active community during the, vital first few weeks of the game where it's going to be, having the biggest player base and most excitement around it. And you can experience the game in its fullest form. Then, afterwards, if, that's a big if, whatever reason you had for wanting to be console isolated in the first place turns out to be a legitimate practical issue that you have in game still, you can just transfer away from that onto a console-only server. I've seen nothing in the server blog post or FAQ that indicates that this isn't possible to do, and frankly, honestly, the excuses I've seen people use for wanting to play on a console only, I'm going to go on console only servers because of this or this or this, none of that aligns with the reality of the game, as I, someone who has played a few hundred hours of it over the years, have personally experienced. Like, all these made-up problems that they're imagined in their head, they're not real. They're just like magical what-ifs and stuff that even if they are an issue, are a tiny, tiny chance of being an issue for any given player. So once again, I do encourage you to just be part of the whole community of players rather than some little weirdly xenophobic dork frightened of mingling with cross-platform gamers on your little secret isolated servers. I've seen people worried about mouse and keyboard versus controller access, and it turns out, by the way, one of the best PvP players on existing servers, in one of the biggest companies, a celebrated brute of a PvP player, plays on a controller. And that's without the dedicated proper controller interface that Aeternum has. This is with the hacked together Steam interface controller scheme. I've seen people raise worries about cheaters and RMT crap going on, and frankly, that is an issue in all MMOs everywhere, and New World is not immune to that. But again, it's just not a big problem for most players that I've ever come across. I've never had an issue with it. You can't pretend it doesn't exist, and the devs have been a little bit inconsistent about how they deal with it. When the game first launched, it had a huge bot problem. They cleaned that up pretty much to a great extent, and it's just not an issue big enough worth worrying about being on a cross-platform server for, really, considering the other advantages you'll get. Anyway, I've said my piece. I'm only going to ramble from here on in, so thank you for your time. Hopefully you found this useful, informative, interesting, or at least entertaining. I am Blunty. We'll catch you next time, and hopefully see you over on the Purple platform when we stream a brand new character on a brand new server and enjoy the opening acts of these games all over again, because that is some of the funnest this game is, just when you're doing the leveling experience, at least for me, anyway. So catch you next time. See you in Aeternum. That was a bit over the top.